They're just hard on me, so I don't go often. Yeah, I get that. Do you have introvert burnout? That's my problem. Being an introvert and trying to do cons is interesting. I'm not going to say it's bad because honestly, it can be good to push that a little bit. It also is good for recognizing your limitations. I had a situation a while back where I started getting like really negative thoughts and getting burned out while I was at a con. And I realized this isn't because of anything that's actually happening. It's because I'm just burning out on people. So I actually went to the bathroom, sat in a stall for 5 minutes, came back out, and I was fine. Like, you just have to know what you need in those situations. Uh, Gotcha. I'm not going to read that post out loud just because it seems kind of personal, but I will say, like, I feel you. That stuff is tricky. Interestingly, this is kind of a fun thing to talk about. So I have, and your post reminded me of that. I have a friend mentioned earlier in this, Trixie, and one of the main things that she does is she does dances and formal balls at cons. She's a trained ballroom dancer, as am I. Um, and one of the things that she just started doing is special dance lessons at cons for people with accessibility issues. Um, and so far, it has mostly been, I'm trying to remember what the proper term is, and I think it's neuroatypical. Um, but it's mostly been issues like that or people who have sensory sensitivities. But long term, she wants to do people with various other types of issues that make dancing difficult. And I am very, very interested in finding out how that ends up working because it's honestly a subject that I am not incredibly familiar with. But, you know, good for her to be doing that. She did the very first one at OhioCon this year. And hopefully she will do more. I think the only West Coast con she does right now is Phantom Man. I don't know if she'll be doing this at that, but if you happen to be able to get down to California for that, that's the most West Coast of those that I believe she does. But yeah, you know, good for her to be paying attention to that kind of stuff and finding solutions. I was helping her at one point with a lesson, and this was a few years back. I think this might be one of the types of things that inspired her to do this. Um, but we had someone come in a wheelchair who wanted to learn how to do a lot of the dance stuff and asked, you know, how can this be adapted to a wheelchair? And I had to admit to them, like, I know this is a thing, but I have no idea how it works. Let's try to figure it out. You know, we worked on it, but I feel like I couldn't really give a satisfactory solution. But it is something that I am interested to see expanded on. And Trixie seems like a good person to do that. And oh, oh, I like that bad lean. I like that bad lean a lot. Oh, it makes me feel very anxious. I'm waiting for the entire thing to fall. Oh, I should not enjoy this feeling that much. Stand with it. You know what? I'll do something that I have at my table. Big old stand with a book. Rack. It's holding multiple books. Need this part of the table to just look awful. I say that, and now I'm drawing what my setup looks like. So what am I subconsciously saying about my own setup? That it's garbage? It's not garbage. Shut up. Oh, Kelsey's side looked good. Actually, you know what? If we want it to look like Kelsey, you know what it's got to have? Because this is one of the best things Kelsey has. Actually, let me erase this one, that part. Kelsey has a really cool spinner rack that holds a ton of mini comics. I really like Kelsey's spinner rack. One of these days, I will bludgeon them over the head and steal it. In fact, I'll bludgeon them with the spinner rack. Like, is this blood on the spinner rack? It's like, no, no, it's no, it's not blood. Go away. I'm sorry, officer. Yeah, actually, that's one of the other things that I've been thinking about. They use that spinner rack for a bunch of very small mini comics. I've been kind of thinking about doing something similar, uh, potentially autobio stuff, which I normally don't do a lot of. But it seemed like it could be a fun little thing to do, and autobio is sometimes uh, cathartic at the very least. Come to think of it, it's funny that Kelsey's only now getting put in the comic because we've been friends for a while. Every once in a while, I've been cameoing my friends. I think this is the first time I've done anything with them. Stretching a little. I have a bad back, so sitting for long periods of time is not the best thing in the world. And we are about 2 hours into this, so I think we might be getting to a wrap-up point. I'll finish this up, and then we shall see. I'll do the coloring at another time because I am running out of steam for talking. This is one of the places where it's really nice to have other people doing the stream with you. But, you know, honestly, it's been interesting having someone consistently in the chat, too. Like, that has actually not happened to me before while doing this. Usually people will pop in and out a little bit. Maybe that's about it. Usually talking to the void, and it's been kind of cool not having to do that. And I just realized a mistake that I made in the top one. Let me fix that. Erase. Here? Where? Here. Everything in a little row. Have a little bit more craziness happening over here. And now the characters. And sweat droplet, sweat droplet, sweat droplet. And with that, I do believe the inks, I can turn off, are done. Whew. Well, that's some good work, and I will have to do the coloring later. Thank you for joining us for the stream. I am currently running a Kickstarter for the month of February 2020. It is ending on March 1st. It is all about a mystery, a follow-up to my previous book, The Letters of the Devil. This one, The Letters of the Devil 2, The Legacy of El, is all about Melina Quinn, a college student who is doing her thesis project on the original case and who gets roped into investigating a friend's suicide after finding out that they received an email that appears to come from the antagonist of the first story. It takes a lot of twists and turns. I am incredibly proud of this work. I've been working on it for 2.5 years, and I'm excited to finally be bringing it to everybody. If you're interested in checking it out, the website is at the bottom of the screen. That is www.lotd-comic.com. If you're interested in the comic that I was working on today, it is CosPain, my weeb comic about cosplay and convention craziness. You can find that at www.cospaincomic.com. So until next time, rock on, guys, and never stop drawing.